and without a consent, and they would be just having a ball, and the next thing you see yourself on social media, you are trending. You don't know how it came about, and you told your wife that you are in China, but there you are at a Pretoria club, dropping it like it's hot, and it's now affecting your marriage thanks to those socially awkward individuals who just move around taking pictures. Now you've caught strays. But on a serious note, there are some serious implications. I'm making light of the situation, obviously, but generally, it could be that you just don't want to be in someone's video. Why walk around with a camera like that? Could be an undercover cop, and there you are, having blown it. But thanks for your engagements. Thanks for your concerns, your queries, your assertions. Really appreciate it, and keep those messages coming through. Between 10 and 11, Clement would have the Across the Desk feature. And every Friday, without fail, they speak to interesting individuals from different industries, different backgrounds, work persuasions, just to get to understand that industry a little bit intricately. There could be an industry that you've been thinking about, and you're thinking, what do these people do really? Life coaches comes under the spotlight today, this morning, from now to 11. You've heard people saying that they're life coaches. They wake up in the morning, brush their teeth, jump into the shower, wear beautiful clothes, smell good. What is it that they do after that? Where do they go? Do they go to the office? And what happens when they get to the office? Are they psychologists? Are they counselors? Do we need a life coach? What does a life coach do? Do they tell me how to live my life? And what's that space all about? It could be that you are also a life coach and you'd like to share your thoughts with us. Please, you are most welcome to do so. It could be that you've consulted a life coach before. How have they changed your life, if that at all? I would love to hear from you about all those issues and more. Today on Across the Desk, life coaches.
702.
Let's walk the talk on 92.7
and 106 FM.
And here we are joined by professional life coaches, people whose work revolves around guiding individuals to unlock their potential, set meaningful goals, and navigate life's challenges with confidence. Not all of us are the same. Some perhaps don't need guidance, but a lot of people do need a bit of guidance here and there. And we wanted to understand about life coaches today. And sitting across me on Across the Desk is Thoriso Mokoena, life coach. Thoriso, thanks for joining us. Welcome to 702.
Thank you so much.
Lovely having you with us.
Thank you, same here.
Great stuff. Kagiso Malepe, also life coach. Kagiso is here with us. Welcome, Kagiso. Lovely having you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Let's maybe kick off with you, Thoriso, as a rose among thorns here in the studio. What is a life coach? What is a life coach? You do what? You wake up and you do what?
I dress up and show up.
And
I'm kidding though. So a life coaching, a life coach is somebody who is in partnership with the client to unleash their potential. Because we believe that there's so much more to you as an individual to actually what you're settling for. So to some people, they've set goals, but somehow they're battling in how to achieve that. So you would then need a coach to come and walk with you on this journey to achieve or to attain what you want to achieve.
Is that different from a mentor?
Definitely. A mentor is more of saying, walk as I have walked. A coaching is that I don't know how you're going to work, but I'll help you in you defining your own work. So a mentor, it could be, mentors mostly are in specific areas.
I see.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I want to be a radio host and you have an experience in that, you can be my mentor.
I see.
You show me how to get to the level where you are at.
But I still need a life coach.
Definitely, you still do need a life coach.
Okay. And Kagiso, let's come to you.
Yes.
When you are a life coach, what do you take into consideration? Is it purely the goals and aims or professional aspirations of an individual, or does it go a little beyond that?
Look, it goes beyond that because you don't only deal with a career or a certain aspect, but you deal with everything. For example, you'd find that a person is a speaker. Okay, And as a speaker, you find that you excel in speaking, but then there's this aspect in your life, for example, the aspect of family, whereby you're from a dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
And you have got these childhood traumas that are now resurfacing in your speaking, because sometimes you hear people when they speak, you hear that arrogance and you know, all those things.
Yeah.
There's a certain behavior that you see on
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
But as a coach, you just gonna have to go and check the root cause. What could be the cause? Why this behavior? You know, I need to go deeper, just beyond I just need to go deeper to check the root cause. Why this behavior? For example, there are people who say, I want to achieve this,
Yeah.
and that. But then you find that in the process of that, there are certain elements that blocks them to achieve that. So as a coach, I force people to, or I help people to
Yeah.
look inside themselves. You know,
Yeah.
I help you to face yourself. Because
Yeah.
I always say to people, my responsibility as a coach is to help you to face yourself, to face your worst fear, to face your enemies. And when I talk about enemies, I'm not talking about people.
Yeah.
I'm talking about things like condemnation. Somebody has a problem with
Yeah.
confidence.
Yeah.
And if you check, you'd find some of them, the background has contributed to that lack of confidence. So
How is that different from a psychologist? Because if you go for counseling and you sit with the psychologist, they'll tell you about your childhood issues and all that stuff. How is that different?
Look, I think with psychology, there are certain things that they align. You know, me as a coach, I would tell you some of the things, but there is a point where I see now here is a case that this case must be addressed by a psychologist,
Yeah.
because he will go deep to for example, if you have issues, you were raped, you were young,
Yeah.
and now you've got that trauma. Whenever you see men, you're not comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah, psychologists will have to go through and say, okay,
I
fine,
see.
let's just go back there.
You don't replace psychologists.
No, we
You
don't.
work with
We
them.
work
Work
together.
with.
Yes.
Okay.
There are certain clients that literally need therapy.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're not therapists.
Yes, yes,
So,
you
but
know.
we're saying that after you've done the therapy work,
Yes.
come to us as coaches so
Yeah.
that we can be future pacing. What's your future
Yes,
can look like?
yes.
So we don't want you to be stuck, and we don't dwell too much on the past,
Yeah.
like what has happened with
Yeah.
the psychologist. But we're saying we acknowledge what you went through.
Yeah.
We work on that. From there, let's focus on where you are going now. We're
Yeah.
setting the goals now. We're
Yeah.
getting you unstuck.
So when I was in school,
Sure.
and they asked me, what do you want to become? I would say, I want to become a lawyer, a doctor, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Never thought of a life coach.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest, at that point, I didn't even know anything about the life coach
Yeah.
up until recent history.
Sure.
Where does this career come from?
Look, I don't
Oh, it's
know.
always been there. We just didn't call it life coach. I don't know. But you remember, I mean,
Yeah.
when we were in primary school, I'm just guessing that we could be from the same generation.
Sure.
If it's an insult, please forgive me. But all I'm trying to say is that you'd say, I want to become a doctor. I want to become... Life coach was not a career that you would consider.
really, no.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
remember it, genuinely.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
No, it
I
wasn't.
don't remember that.
Me
So when
too,
did
at
it come
that
about?
time,
Yeah.
I didn't know that actually you can be a coach.
Yeah.
Then
When,
what is
where
actu-
did you meet it?
I met it when I was looking for myself. I met coaching when I was Thoriso, looking for Thoriso.
Yeah.
Because there was a point in my life where I felt like I'm so stuck, I don't know what to do.
Yes.
And I knew that the life that I'm living is not the life that I want. Because when I was young, I was ambitious. I had seen something that I want. But life happened, Life happened somehow. And you lose focus, you lose who you wanted to be.
Yeah.
So coaching, that's when it came in. So I didn't know that actually I would fall in love and become a coach. I just went there to look for me, to help me, to unstuck me so that I can do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I realized that, damn, this is beautiful. This coaching thing is nice. If it helped me, then it can help other people.
Others. And Kagiso, I'm just thinking, whilst we're speaking about not having this career, not having had this career back at the time,
Yeah.
you bumped into it how, and what made you stick to it?
You know, funny enough with me, I did not know that I'm doing life coaching.
Okay.
Because like I was talking to people,
Yes.
empowering people, training people. I mean, my journey started from long ago. I became a preacher when I was 12 years old.
Oh my.
Yeah, so now I've been speaking all over, traveling, talking to people.
Yes.
You know, you grow up into this thing, invited in radio interviews and so on.
Yeah.
Until one man phones me and he's like, "No, do you really know what you're doing?" I'm like, No, I'm impacting lives. All I want to see is to facilitate the growth of people. I want people to become the best version of themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this guy tells me, no, what you are doing is actually life coaching.
Yeah.
Because we were in a business seminar and someone was talking about you there. I'm like, oh, okay, this is very interesting. And this guy says, no, come, let's talk. So we had a meeting and he helped me with brand packaging.
Yes.
And when we were sitting down there and he was telling me, this is how you have to do things and so
Yeah.
on. I'm like, this is what I've been doing all
Anyway.
along. I just did not know that it's life coaching.
Yeah.
So honestly speaking, to me, it's a calling. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So because I say to people, I built my life around my lifestyle. I
see.
mean, I built a brand around my lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yes. So you walk the talk, like
Yes.
us here on 702.
Yes, sir.
So, do you have to be certified? Are there bodies that are developing around it to make sure that there are certain regulations so that
Definitely.
Thabo doesn't just wake up and say, hey guys, I'm a life coach?
No, with the are bodies,
Yeah.
like your Comensa, which is your coaches and mentors of South
Mm-hmm.
Africa. There's also an international one called ICF, International Coaching Federation. So as a coach, you need to be certified with them so that you are legit.
I see.
Yeah. So that's the certification we
And
get.
is it like a football coach or a sports coach where you are outside the field and you are screaming, hey, 10 left, hey, do this? And is it almost like that? Because, a lot of people would argue and agree that life doesn't have a formula.
Yes.
What works for you does
Sure.
not necessarily work for me. You could give me this advice and it worked beautifully for you and it could be disastrous for me. So how do you make sure that there isn't a template necessarily, or is there a universal template that will work for anyone?
Look, I think principles are the same. Yeah, principles are the same. The only thing is just the matter of acknowledge that people are different, different purpose, of course. When I talk about purpose, I'm talking about someone's reason of existence.
Yeah.
You get. So you need to acknowledge that, to say, okay, purpose is different, assignment is different. So
Yes.
if our purpose is different, it means we are not gonna we're not gonna need
Our needs are not the same.
And also we're not gonna use the same vehicles to fulfill
Yes.
our purpose.
Yes. Yeah.
Right
Yes.
now you are here, it's media, you are serving your purpose, you are touching lives at home, and media, it's one of your vehicles.
Yeah.
So now I need to be honest to a client to say, okay, fine, what's your purpose? What's your I need to help a person to say, what's your purpose? What's your core ideology? And what?
And I may not know what that purpose is.
Yeah.
And
No,
that could be the reason I came to you.
That's why I'm
That
here.
I'm aimlessly
Yes.
walking around. I don't know what my purpose is.
Yeah, so that's why I'm there to help.
I
To
see.
say, look, man, check what frustrates you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the area of your frustration is an indication of what you are supposed to do. You'd be listening to radio and you're like, this guy is not saying anything.
Exactly. I could do a better job.
Of course.
Yeah, and of course you'd be lying because we know what we're doing. I'm joking. Don't take me seriously. I'm joking, Ravish.
So
Yeah, go
it's
ahead.
an indication
Yes,
of
yes, yes.
of your purpose. So as a coach, I need to allow you or to help you to look inside you.
Yeah, yeah.
And show you. You know what?
And
Yeah.
and we're all on different journeys, right?
Yes.
So to you, what is a priority this time around is different to the next person. So we can look at your life holistically. When you look at your life holistically, financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, health-wise, where are you? You realize some person health-wise is not that good. So maybe that could be an area of development. The next person is finances.
Yes,
So
yes,
then it's a
yes.
different scenarios all the time.
Yeah.
But like he said, principles are the same.
Yeah.
But in how the facilitation is totally different.
21 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thanks very much for joining us. I'm Thabo in for Clement. We are together till 12 across the desk. Excuse me. Today we are speaking to life coaches. It could be that you've consulted a life coach. How did they impact your life? It could be that you're a life coach and you want to share one or two things with us. It could be that you've never heard about life coaching and you realize, maybe this is what I need. Also feel free to be in touch. It's really an open invite to all of you who are listening in right now. You want to ask my life coaches some questions, you are most welcome to do so. They're not going to charge you anything for now. So make use of this opportunity on 011-883 0702 011-883 0702, or you want to quickly drop in a voice note and run away. that's also allowed. You can send your voice notes or text messages to 072 702 1702. On our socials, X at Radio 702, mine at I am free TSM. And you can just throw those views around. We are happy to entertain them right away. I am hosting Thoriso Mokoena and Kagiso Malepe. They're both life coaches. And today on Across the Desk, this is the career space we want to jump into, get to understand, and hopefully walk away with something. How do you deal, Thoriso, starting with you, and I'll come to you, Kagiso. People's problems are very complex, extremely complex. You know, when a vehicle comes through, they diagnose it. It could either be this or that. And at times, people even lie, wittingly or otherwise, about their problems. Thabo will come to you and say this is a problem because he has not really confronted what the real issue is. He just wants to look good and to be seen to be doing something about his shortcomings, and say, this is my problem. You know, wherever I go, people don't like me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm a good person. They are taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really share the honest truth about his problems. And they cover it up. And I'm interested in knowing how to properly diagnose as a doctor would, in a sense where I say, I have a stomach ache, these are the symptoms. But the doctor here said, oh, this is not a stomach ache. This guy is just trying to cover up. But here's really the problem. How do you do that, especially with human beings? That must be tough.
Yeah, no, not really tough, but that's why we get trained.
Okay.
So I have a certification of NLP. So NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. So in that certification, they literally teach you on how to ask questions. So there are certain questions when you are being asked, they poke you to talk. And beside the asking or meta modeling of questions, I'm also an Enneagram practitioner, where it's a personality test where I send you a link and then you then answer those questions yourself. The results will then tell me, will reveal actually this person, he's portraying to be this, but the results are showing this. So the debriefing where I'll be talking to you, Thabo, your results are saying this, and then this is this. What is actually going on? Which one is true here? Is it you here, or is it this one that is showing? So based on that, that makes a person to somehow talk. And beside that, we need to build a rapport together. So you cannot be confident talking with me if we haven't built a rapport together, right? So there must be a level of relationship. There must be a level of you being comfortable talking with me. And beside that, one of the clauses that we have is that coaching is confidential. So when you come to a coach, whatever we discuss is in confidence. So you then get to let your guard down, because some people, they tend to say, I don't want to talk about this because, maybe somebody might know. So we sign there to say you are in the safe space, be comfortable. So whatever we discuss here, it's not going to go anywhere.
I see.
So questioning is quite key in a person being comfortable talking.
Yeah. Kagiso, how do you deal with that?
Look, I think
Two-toned individuals.
the most important thing is to create a conversation that helps that person to understand, because there are 3 questions that people usually want to, they want you to answer through your conduct. Okay. Question number 1 would be, can I trust you? That's what she was talking about, that, once I can establish the fact that can I trust you, it's very easy for me to open up. And do you care? Yeah, because I want to be sure you don't care about my money.
Yeah.
You care about
As
me.
a person,
So sometimes when you deal with the students, these young kids, they would be telling you, my parents don't love me.
Yes.
And you're like, why do you say they don't love you? They're like, no, they don't love me. But they buy me everything. So they don't love me, they don't care. Yet they buy me everything. They pay school fees. So what that child is simply saying, she's simply saying, I need more than just financial support. I need emotional support. So you need to show through your conduct and through your conversation, do you care? And then number 3 is, can you help me?
Yes.
So once I have made a person comfortable, by answering those 3 questions, because people don't want to be judged, you know. Hence, sometimes when they talk, you just have to be like, yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
And more often, you don't impose your view.
That's
Listen to them, you know,
Sure.
and ask them questions that, because more often people know what they have to do. It's just the fact that you need to ask them questions that they are scared to answer when they are low.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And I would love to find out, life coaching, who is it for? For an individual? Can it happen for a group, or can it happen for a couple? As much as therapy does at times, couple therapy, group therapy. Do you have those sort of models?
Definitely.
Yes.
We do one-on-one coaching.
Okay.
There is group coaching.
Oh,
There's
okay.
couple coaching, corporate coaching, team coaching.
Yeah.
It's different. So we tailor make them
see.
based on the needs of a client.
How deep do you go with someone? Do you have an instance where you're saying, Thabo is a wrecking ball? Every other 2 days, I must make sure that I get in touch and I provide some little bit of guidance up until he's out of the deep waters. How deep do you go? How involved do you get? Or is there a standard way of just being involved, like seeing a therapy once a week and that's it? You can't see them twice a week.
I think it depends with the client.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it depends with the client. There are those that you really gonna have to give them much
More
attention,
support,
more support
Yeah.
early days until they are able to stand for themselves. Then you will, you know,
And individuals must know that coaching requires work. Unfortunately, it's not a miracle pill
Yeah.
where you come one session, then everything is fixed.
Why not?
It can't
Why
be.
not?
It cannot be. So it's a journey. It's work.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to put in the effort. So without the effort, nothing will work. And then you'll say coaching is not working.
Yes.
It's not that. It's not. It's just that you didn't put the time and the effort to make it work.
There's this podcast that I love, and it's a US-based podcast of this philosopher. I won't bore you with it, but one of the adverts that he's got in that podcast that we get to listen to because you want to hear what he has to say up next is the issue of psychologist or therapy, and he says there is no one-hat-fits-all model. At times, Thoriso may not necessarily be a good therapist for Thabo, but will be a great therapist for Abel. Is it the same with life coaching as well, where perhaps Kagiso won't do the work for me, but Kagiso will be absolutely amazing to another client out there, and they'll rave about Kagiso's prowess in this field?
We have niches as coaches. So we
Yeah.
have different types of
Okay,
coaches.
sure.
Business coach, NLP coach,
Yeah.
career coach, team coaching. So based on the client's need. So we can be like a GP, general practitioner.
Okay.
When you come in, if I cannot help you, I then be able to say, because of you need more support in business, I recommend that you go to this business coach. So we refer.
see.
We don't have to do everything ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Across the desk today, Thoriso Mokoena, Kagiso Malepe, life coaches, they're joining me up until 11 o'clock. Feel free to share your views with us. Any question that you have about life coaches, feel free to send them through to 072 702 1702.
702
Let's walk the talk on 92.7.
and 106 FM.
25 minutes to 11 o'clock. Welcome back. 702. My name is Thabo Shole Masho. In for Clement, was in for Bongani Bingwa. We're together till 12. Thanks very much for joining us. And as tradition on this show, every Friday between 10 and 11, Clement would be doing the Across the Desk feature. I haven't changed nor moved furniture. Today we are looking at life coaches, Thoriso Mokoena, Kagiso Malepe. These are my guests. They're both life coaches, and they're here to give us some insights into this very mysterious world of life coaches. What do they do? How do they do it? Feel free to ask any question. And as I said, you can easily call us on 011-883-0702, or like the subsequent voice notes, send us a voice note or a text message to 072 702 1702.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Free. This is Flores from the beautiful Western Cape. Let me tell you, there's a little bit of a life coach in each one of us. It's just sharing your life experiences, whether it bad or good? How did you attain those good things? How did you de-learn those wrong things, not to try and glamorize those wrong things? But yeah, if it can come across positive, ending up helping someone, yeah. Normally when I go to the US on visitations, I normally speak to people about my own life experiences and how I capture them. Have a good show. Bye-bye.
Hi there. I just want to know, like before going to a life coach, is there anything that one needs to prepare for before stepping into that room? Before you start unpacking things, or do you just go in there and start unpacking at that time? So what is the preparation necessary before you get there? Thank you.
Fabulous questions. Who wants to take it? Thoriso?
Well, for me, because I'm an Enneagram practitioner, so I send you a link where you do the personality test first.
Okay.
So that when we first talk, we talk based on already questions that you had answered yourself. But if you don't want to do the personality test, it's basically just come as you are. As we go,
Yeah.
we will just keep unfolding. It's different to each and every individual.
Yeah.
To some people, they don't trust this personality test.
Yes.
It's never 100% accurate, but it is. There's no theory, or there is no. There's no theory that is actually accurate,
Yes.
fully 100%. So it's closer.
Gives guidance.
A lot
Yeah,
of guidance.
yeah.
So for me, I do that in my coaching space. I send you that
Yeah.
link first, then you go through those questions.
Kagiso?
With me, come as you are. Then we talk.
Like in the good
Heart,
book.
heart to heart.
Yeah.
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 Sure.
I don't need to polish up my shortcomings.
No.
I don't need to be all glamorized first, and then just as I am, and I can just walk in. Eh?
Yes.
And you touched on a very important issue of judgment. And I think that's why a lot of people are afraid even to go to therapy, because they're afraid of being judged. They're afraid to think that I am not well, and that's a weakness on its own. Given our country and its dynamics and socioeconomic and otherwise, as practitioners, as life coaches, do you feel that there's a peculiarity, a particular specific element of treatment that is only peculiar to South Africans? Or is it just what you're doing can generally be applied elsewhere? Or do we need a specific help as South Africans because our history is so unique and so sensitive?
We are all different.
Yeah.
South Africa is different society to the
Yeah.
next country. So based on where you are, our challenges will be different. So I can't bring what's in South Africa what we are going through and talk about with somebody who is in Zambia. It's totally different. So then it means if I have a client in Zambia, I need to first understand the dynamics of Zambia.
Yes.
So that when I engage with the person,
Yeah.
I somehow have a bit of a background, where's this person coming from?
Yeah.
But beside that, sometimes even when we, in a coaching session, when we ask questions, when you talk, it gives me an indication that perhaps this person, this is what is happening.
Yeah.
So it's not one umbrella
I see.
to everybody.
I see.
It's custom made differently. So
Who's more likely to come to you? Men, women, youth, children? Mainly in your cohort of clientele?
Look, for me, it's leaders. Yeah, most because I'm more into leadership coaching.
I see.
And yeah, so I speak more to leaders. Whenever I'm called to speak to the youth, it's more of there would be a group,
Yes.
of young people just to influence how they think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you say leaders, who are you referring to? Are you referring to corporates? Are you referring to middle management? Are you referring to perhaps pastors? Any specific leader, specifically to you, people that you're seeing more and more?
All 7 spheres of influence. Yeah, it's pastors, it's corporate,
Yeah, everyone.
Everyone.
So you specifically deal with leadership.
I deal with leadership.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Thoriso?
mostly for me is executive coaching as well. So I do
Yeah.
executive coaching most of the work in the
Yeah.
corporate space. So in the corporate space, it doesn't matter whether it's a female or male.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
whichever I'm assigned to is
Yeah.
who I assist. But aside corporate-wise, most of the time is women.
Yeah.
I most of my clients are women because I offer more than just coaching. I offer also a bit of a styling part of that. Of what I'm doing. So
really?
I'm also a stylist. So as you come to me as a woman, we don't just deal with just the inner part of you. We
Yes.
also focus on how now you package yourself
Yes.
in totality. So most of my clients are women and corporate.
I don't want to monopolize this discussion. I see that we have some voice notes. Without any further ado, I think let's just go straight to them. 0727021702.
Good morning, Thabo and your guests. My question is, what's the difference between life coaches and motivational speakers? Tiamo from Ridgeport. Bye.
Okay, shall we tackle that before we go to the next voice note? Thoriso, start with you.
Mamela, coaching, we don't advise people. Coaching, we don't tell you what to do. And I'm not here to pump your emotions so that you can feel motivated. So coaching, actually, we are dealing with the part of you that maybe you're scared to bring forth. So as we're asking provoking questions, somehow it's a bit uncomfortable, right? Because we want to get to the nitty-gritty of things. So when we ask you those questions, you then have an answer to yourself. You tell me actually what is the problem. Motivational speaking is totally different. I just meant to pump your energy.
Yes.
I just need to know what to say to excite you.
Yeah.
So it's totally different.
I see.
Yeah.
What would you say, Kagiso?
Yes, I think with motivation, we really don't, we don't force you to look inside you, and there's no. When I motivate you, I can motivate you for 5 minutes, then I'm done.
Yeah.
Yes.
But now with coaching, you're gonna have to be accountable. You're gonna have to tell me, "Ore, after that session, this is what I did,
Yes.
and these are the results." But with motivation, I would just motivate you and tell you your condition is not your conclusion. Your disappointment will be turned into an appointment. Your test will be a testimony.
And motivation expires.
Sorry to say that. I'm not
You're also motivational. You moonlight as a motivational speaker. as well.
Motivation expires, ne? It
It does,
expires.
it does, it
What
does.
else in coaching is provoking. You get to do the work.
It's
You get
sustainable.
to see the difference. So motivating, I can just pump you up, but as you go out of the door,
Yeah, it's
nothing
gone.
changed.
It's
But in
gone.
coaching, when you leave coaching session,
Yeah.
you have practical ways on what to do.
Voice note, Abel?
Good morning, Thabo. I want to ask from the guests that you have there, do they receive supervision, and what is the value of supervision for them as coaches? Because I find that if you're a coach, independently so, in my personal experience as a coach, you definitely need somebody to supervise you, to give you guidance. What is their
Yeah,
take on
yeah.
supervision?
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
very
That's why we
important.
belong to those boards.
Yeah.
Right. With comments, it gives you a mentor as a coach. So depending on what level you want to grow in the
Yes.
in the body. So to be credentials. So you start from the bottom up, going up. As you do that, obviously you have somebody who's mentoring you and checking your hours of work. And yeah, it's quite a I can't say tedious, but
Yeah.
it's quite a lot of work as well, because for you to belong to that body, you have to submit certain hours that you've done this and this. Somehow you even give you a mentor when you go to do your facilitations work to make sure that you are, sticking to their ethics and policies and
Yes.
structures and all that.
Yeah. Oh, so do you, Kagiso, as well, everyone needs someone above them so that you don't just
Do your
become
own thing.
unhinged and you do your own thing and you mislead all of us and then you are not working within the parameters. How important is to have someone overlooking your work?
No, it's very important. Actually, you cannot be in authority if you are not under authority. So it's very important. You need a mentor. You need someone who will guide you.
Yeah.
You need someone who went before you. You need someone that you'll be accountable to. Someone who will show you your blind spots. Yeah.
We also have coaches, by the way. So
Yeah. Oh, I suppose. I was going to say, who's coaching the coach? Yeah. 011-883-0702. I saw a text message that I did not pay attention to earlier on. And this one says, good morning. Does medical aid pay for coaching sessions? How much approximately do they charge for a session? Now, the business part, the money part, you can't avoid it.
Well, most of the time.
The hesitation comes along.
Let's take Kagiso to go first.
Oh, okay.
No, I would prefer them to contact me because
Yeah.
obviously it would depend on the sessions that we do.
I see.
can
Yeah,
say this is the price for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Oh,
Sure.
so each price is tailor-made to an individual.
course, yeah.
Okay. And the same for you, Thoriso?
Yeah, definitely. So individual is different. Executive coaching is different.
Yes.
To students is different. Unfortunately, I do not take medical cut
Yeah.
at this point.
Yes.
Because of coaches are not part of these other medical or health professional. It hasn't been there as yet. So
Yes.
I'm not there yet. But
Yeah.
we're working on it as coaches so that
Okay.
we can have that.
So for now, you'd need cash,
We need
credit
cash.
card, or EFTs.
Basically.
13 minutes to 11 o'clock. I'd love to hear from you. 011-883-0702 on Across the Desk feature. This morning, we are speaking to life coaches, and they are giving us insight into the work that they do. Kagiso Malepe is a life coach, and so is Thoriso Mokoena. We're getting to understand their work as life coaches. Do you have, Kagiso, starting off with you first, do you have situations that are impossible to resolve in the medical field? And I don't want to sound crass or insensitive at all, but there are some times where the doctor says, listen, you must go and say your goodbyes. There's nothing more that I can do. This is it. Get your affairs in order. And this is a terminal thing. I'm trying to find out, do we have conditions that are terminal, that are unfixable, that not even a life coach can work with?
Look, I've never met such, but I think there are those. But in terms of coaching, you know, because my whole point is to coach you to become the best version of yourself.
Yes.
And my principle in life, this is how I approach life. I never help anybody who does not acknowledge that they need help.
Yeah.
So that simplifies my work.
Yeah. And I'm asking that, Thoriso, I'll come to you. And I'm asking that because I have seen people who are generally problematic in relationships or elsewhere.
Yeah.
But they will never ever own up to that, ever. And they will cry and become victims and say, oh gosh, I'm just,
True.
this person is a monster. Even in front of other people. They do not admit that, listen, I'm a monster in this thing. I'm the one who is a mini devil. They'll never, ever come hell or high water. Even when they are offered help, they're still putting up this facade.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they are so good at it that you may be treating something that is not even there at all. So I'm just wondering, to what extent can someone wear that, I don't want to say narcissistic because that's been exploited and abused.
Yeah.
Everyone else knows what narcissism is, but no one knows what accountability is, funny enough. But so I'm just wondering where individuals are so toxic. I mean, we see that. And a great example of that is you have our jails sometimes are full of those individuals who do not even see the gravity of the crimes that they had committed. They don't even see that.
True.
Yeah. So how do you deal with that?
Mamela, a person won't change until they want change.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can show you, I can give you tools,
Yeah.
I can give you techniques and how to become better. But if you don't acknowledge that is a problem. So the first part of it is acknowledgement that, okay, I think I need some assistance.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with needing assistance. It's not a weakness. It's not that you are weak. It's just that, how about, there are people who are professional in this area. So instead of you failing 10 or 100 times, with somebody like your coach, you can fail maybe twice. Because it's not guaranteed that it will be a success rate fully, but we're saying as you are journeying, those failures, you embrace them bit by bit. But a person who's not ready to look at themselves in the mirror and say that actually I'm tired of being tired in this situation, then I need to start working on myself, nothing will change. We can, it's like a druggie. They can take them to rehab and they'll still come back and do what they need to do until one is ready to change. Nothing will change.
Let me quickly go to some calls. Neville, you are in Pretoria. Thanks for holding. Thanks for your patience. Morning.
Good morning. I do corporate training for my company, and one of the elements we train on is motivation, staff engagement at managerial level. I'm intrigued to know what your guest's point of departure is when it deals with motivating staff.
Do you want to hold on for a second so that we get a reaction from our guests here, Neville? 1 second.
Sure.
I don't actually do much of motivation most cases.
Yeah.
I do coaching.
I see.
So if it's a motivation, it should be like an hour. A motivation talk is not like a coaching session or a training where it's a whole day kind of thing.
Yeah,
so I can be featured an hour to just pump up people, what the client would have briefed me by then.
Yeah.
That I need the focus to be in this
Can coaching
area.
lead to motivation?
Definitely, it has motivation in it.
Okay.
It has motivation in it,
Okay.
especially if you are speaking publicly.
I see.
But on one-on-one, it's deeper than that.
I see. Kagiso, you wanted to jump in there?
Yeah, I do motivational speaking.
Yeah.
So I think if they need help with motivation, they
Yeah.
can contact us.
Okay, as well, you do both.
Yeah.
Neville, I don't know if that was the gist of your question. Are you answered?
It was a very high level overview, so I would have liked some more detail, but nonetheless, I'll listen on the radio. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Thank you. Because I think also one of the important things could be that you're coaching someone who has lost motivation, as inspiration. They are just flat out, and so the life coaching can lead to them being, I suppose, having a sense of purpose all over
Definitely.
again, and not just necessarily a one-on-one motivation at that point. But it's quite intriguing, especially in a corporate space, because if someone is referred to any of you to go for life coaching, they may have a sense of responsibility and accountability to a senior who had sent them there. They may want to demonstrate to their line manager that this is working and they're cooperative, and in order for them to tick the box and perhaps get the promotion that they want.
In most cases, when invited in companies, obviously the person who they assign to talk to me would tell me, this is the state of the company and this is what we want to achieve, like I would do topics like leading effectively in times of crisis. Then they would explain this is what is happening now.
Definitely. 011-883-0702. Jabu in Kwaggafontein. Jabu, hi.
How's it, Thabo?
Hey, you trying, bro? How are you?
That's good, man. Look, interesting topic. Just a quick one. I work for an organization, an NGO, but also I have my other business on the side as well. So, for the call, multitasking has proved really to be a challenge for me, and I think I definitely need an executive coach, someone that who can help me too, because all this work that they interrelated. It's not like it's different things, So, I think I need an advice. I need a coach. See how we can have the conversation beyond this.
Yeah. What I'm going to do, Jabu, is that I need you just to chill around for the next 3 minutes or so. I will be asking both of them to leave their contact details behind, and then you can grab either of their details and then make contact after the show, and I'm sure they'd be willing to invite you through. So just for about a minute and a half, stick around, and we will get to the contact details one way or the other. Abel, I see that we do have a voice note on 072-702-1702.
Yeah, Thabo, what an interesting topic. Thank you so much. And the guests more. Quick question from me is, I don't know if they'll be able to give me an objective viewpoint on this since Giddy Coach, but my question is, what do they deem to be more important, to go for more of motivational sessions, or to opt for a coaching session? Or when does one know that they need, a coaching session rather than a motivational session? Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for that.
I feel, Jorge, if you know that you need to attain certain things in your life, you would need to have a coach by your side.
Yeah.
right? However, you can get a motivation while still being coached.
Yes.
Because of motivation is literally what keeps you going. And there must come a point where we get to be motivated internally. You motivate yourself. Because of most of the time, like I'm saying, motivation for me, it's a balloon. Then when it pops, it's gone, right?
Yeah.
But if you are motivated internally, you can always tap into that moment anytime. That will need coaching to have that within you, to be motivated all the time.
I see.
So based on the goals that you want to attain, we do that. We work with you on that one, but we'll also help you how to motivate yourself.
We have about a minute or so. I want to ask you this very briefly, the two of you. How long do you need a life coach for?
It depends on that client.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really
Some
depends.
would need it for a month?
Yes, it depends because you check the progress for it.
Yeah.
Can you stand for yourself?
Yeah.
And as I said, I've got what I call interactive sessions. So usually before I do these coaching sessions and whatever, I would want to talk to you just to hear. It gives me a bit of clarity on how to help you.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
So-
it depends actually. Depend on the goal at the same time.
Yeah.
Some people, the goal is 12 months. So would you need me with that 12 months? We also have packages like that. Packages for 12 months, 6 months, 3 months, or a month. Some people don't really too much accountability. They just want you to help them to make a decision. That person is a once-off coach. Maybe they are in between the crossroad.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether to do this or to do this.
Yeah.
But that session just going to be one.
Yeah.
But to somebody who wants to build a house, perhaps,
Yeah.
that is quite a
I
long,
suppose.
a bit
Or
of a
someone
long
just
journey.
wants to divorce. They don't know. And they're like, I must
That
go.
can be 3 months, 4 months. Unless you've already made up your mind.
Yeah. Very quickly, please, your contact details. I promised people that you'll share your contact details with them.
Well, my business line is on WhatsApp, right?
Sure.
And even landline. Sorry, not line, but cell phone number 071 181 5881.
Say it again, please.
071 181 5881. Or they can go to my business website, www.lifebyctm.co.za. Life by cultivating the mind.co.za.
Lifebyctm.co.za.
Correct.
Kagiso?
They can contact me on 064 786 7164.
Again?
064 786 7164. Or my website www.kagisomalepe.co.za.
Kagisomalepe.co.za. I love talking to both of you.
Hanging out with Clement
On 702.
Let's walk the talk.